here. And these young people are angry. They're not trying to burn down the house. They just want to be listened to. Some are fighting for inclusion. Some will go to the streets. But the more worrying thing is that most have checked out of the game. They will not participate in a game that is not equal. So we can't have a society like that, where some participate and others couldn't be bothered, or they're too afraid, they'll be abducted, they'll be killed. Even if they vote, it will be stolen. We cannot live in a society like that. Oftentimes, I hear, especially men, they like to say this. They always have an analogy of how Simba, mtoto wa Simba ni Simba, or something, anything to do with an animal, they always say that. You know, and yani, I don't know what, they always have something. But we're not animals. We're human beings in an equal society with equal members, both male, female, and we both have to participate in society. After all, human rights aren't just policies written on nice paper. They are meant to be lived and breathed. So it's time to swap the lip service for some real action. Let's stop tiptoeing around uncomfortable truths and instead tackle them head on. I think you may have seen me this past few weeks not tiptoeing. When you guys have to put your gumboots and kick through with me. We have to do this armed with wit and grace. Because when we engage in the pursuit of equality with a smile, we not only lighten the load that we carry, but we also invite other people to join the journey with us. After all, who wouldn't want to march towards justice without a sense of humor? Let's make our fight for human rights as infectious as a good laugh. It cannot be bullets, blood, and tears every time. Because if we're going to change this country...
Mtazamaji, the video that we have begun with is a video of none other than Winnie Odinga. And the message that Winnie Odinga today delivered to the government of William Ruto is a message that is loud and clear. The message that Winnie Odinga delivered to the ODM sympathizers of William Ruto within the ODM party is loud and clear. Winnie Odinga was sending a signal to William Ruto and also the ODM leadership that in the year 2027, I will lead the people of the Luo Nyanza region out of this broad-based government. Are we together? It is a conversation that we have been having. We saw the voice of Winnie Odinga tilt towards the people of the Republic of Kenya during the ODM at 20 celebration, where she actually opted to ask the ODM party leader Oburu Odinga to organize a national delegates convention for the ODM members to actually elect their own party leader who they believe can lead them towards the betterment of this republic, or even towards the renegotiation of the pact between William Ruto and Raila Odinga. But many of you despised Winnie Odinga's sentiments. Now come to think of it, Winnie Odinga, during the burial of our auntie Beryl Achieng last week, she actually made a certain move that you also did not take so seriously. A move where, when she realized that leaders within the ODM party were sidelining Babu Owino, she went ahead to take her time and actually recognized Babu Owino and said, I ask my friend Babu Owino to stand up and wave to the people. Now, what does that tell you? I have told you once and again that there are two developing functions within the ODM. There are three, first of all. Three developing functions within the ODM party. There is a function led by government sympathizers. This function is led by John Mbadi, the Cabinet Secretary of Treasury. This function believes that John Mbadi should have inherited the ODM party as the party leader of ODM, and that Mbadi should be the replacement of Raila Odinga in William Ruto's conversation. I mean in the 2027 conversation, that John Mbadi should be the Joshua that Raila Amolo Odinga was preparing to actually take the children of Israel to Canaan. Are we together? There is another function also that has been formed by the current party leader, Oburu Odinga, and this function is to protect Oburu Odinga's leadership and role as the party leader of ODM. This function comprises of Akina Junet Mohammed, Akina Opiyo Wandayi, who is also a cabinet secretary of energy, and other individuals within the ODM party that actually believe in Oburu Odinga, and they are actually controlling the party through Oburu Odinga. And now there is the strongest of them all within the ODM party. This function, the last function and the third function, is a function comprising of those that believe that the ODM party should be rescued, or the legacy of Raila Amolo Odinga within ODM party should be rescued from the hands of Ruto's sympathizers and from the hands of Oburu Odinga, because if it stays it stays in the hands of Oburu Odinga as the party leader, then the party will crumble down to the ground. And they believe if another person who is not of this function that I'm saying, the third function, including Akina John Mbadi, Akina Gladys Wanga, Akina Wycliffe Oparanya, Hassan Joho, takes over the party, then they are going to sell the party to who? They are going to sell the party to William Ruto, actually destroying the ODM party completely. So this third party, this third alliance, is led by Winnie Odinga, Babu Owino, Edwin Sifuna, and other young parliamentarians within the ODM party that believe the leadership of ODM party should be given to a younger generation that actually knows what the future holds, and a younger generation that does not only speak for the party but speaks for the people of the Republic of Kenya. So in the year 2026, before June, ODM party will split into three functions. The first function is the one that will remain with Oburu Odinga as their party leader. The second function is the ODM that will work with John Mbadi, alias and Joho, Wycliffe Oparanya, believing that John Mbadi is their party leader and is the man that William Ruto should pick as his running mate in the 2027 general election. And then now the final part, or the final function that will break out of ODM is that function that will be led by Babu Owino, Winnie Odinga, Edwin Sifuna, and other young parliamentarians who believe that they have the energy and they have what it takes. They have even the support of the people to steer forward the legacy of Raila Amolo Odinga. I mean, allow me to say this. There is a statement that was made the other day by a former ODM chief agent in the 2022 election. That is Saitaba Olekanjori. And he told us Raila Amolo Odinga had a laid out plan to make William Ruto a one-term president. The laid out plan for Raila Amolo Odinga was in the 9th of March 2026, he would have actually walked out of his agreement with William Ruto because he knew William Ruto would not meet the obligation of the agreement that they had signed, implementing the 10 points agenda. So Raila would walk out, and they would walk out with his team, and he would have gone ahead to either vie for the presidency in 2027 or endorse another candidate for the presidency in 2027. And I dare tell you, the reason I see the essence of the statement made by Saitaba Olekanjori is because of what Winnie Odinga has actually told us. That the young people, the young generation of this republic, they are tired with this leadership. They either don't want to involve themselves, they either want to vote it out, or if they don't vote it out, they don't want to be anywhere near even that the government of William Ruto. Ladies and gentlemen, It tells you Winnie Odinga, having served as her father's personal secretary for the longest time possible, she knew more than anybody else what her father had in store for William Ruto in 2027. And that is why the words of Winnie Odinga, for those that believed in Raila Amolo Odinga, they should actually right now listen to what Winnie Odinga says. Because Winnie has something for you that you cannot actually go ahead and despise the way you have been doing. For now, that's what's up. I would love to know what your take is in regards to today's sentiments given by one Winnie Odinga. Leave a comment on the comment section. This is the Kenyan Daily Report.